It is I, Menice Snowdecker, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In the Tales of Menice, where I share bizarre stories and interesting stories, all from my past. Today is from a unique game called Imvu. So, once upon a time, this was back when I was in early high school. That's when it was. If you don't know what IMVU is basically a virtual avatar-based game. A lot of the people in it are kind of strange, but some of them are pretty nice and interesting. It all just depends on where you go. Do not enter the dating chats. They're weird. Anywho. Once upon a time, when I was younger, in high school, early high school, I was at home with my dad. He was doing a construction project, putting in a certain type of shelf inside of a closet that was going to be able to hold shoes and coats and hangers, whatnot. Well, I ended up getting a whole bunch of messages because that's the usual thing about me, is I usually get a crap ton of notifications on my phone. Usually daily. Sometimes it'll go off every 30 minutes or so. I'm not joking. It's literally true. Unfortunately. Most of it's just junk messages, but usually there is one or two important messages in there every single day, and I gotta read them. Well, while I was helping my dad, my phone was going off, and he was getting very ticked off by that. I can't say I don't blame him, honestly. If I was in his position trying to hold something up in focus, and I kept hearing, ding, 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 every few minutes or so, I would lose my patience too. I don't blame him. I don't blame him for being upset with me there. After, I don't know, like 15 or 16 messages and probably 30 minutes. It was a busy day for me in that moment, because I had a friend messaging me. He looks right at me and says, "Answer your phone before I go crazy." I felt a tad embarrassed, but it was a valid crash out in his defense. Well, out of those messages, I got one that was very interesting to me, and to this day, I still find it as one of my most interesting circumstances, because I don't understand the full story myself. There was a person who messaged me on IMVU. I didn't get to see their username, unfortunately. The way their messaging works is it'll say a name, and it'll say, like, this person messaged you from INVU, or something like that. And then if you have, like, a button lock or basic phone screen, you can just tap on notification, then type in your password, and it opens the app for you, and huzzah, there you are, right at the message. However, when I opened up the app, I clicked on the notification, but I did not read the name, because I thought it would still be there. But when I opened up the app, it was gone. The name was just gone. The profile was gone. The avatar was gone. The username was gone. All of it, just gone. Everything but the message that got sent. And in that message, there were just 3 little words typed. Thank me later. After trying rigorously to figure out what the username was, I came up empty-handed. Unfortunately, I was never able to figure out who it was. I was, however, able to determine that they were using a female avatar, hinting at most likely it was a female. But I could never fully figure that out myself, because their whole app design even allows males to make female avatars if they want to, and females to make male avatars. So, it's just a personal belief in my own opinion. I was never able to verify if it was a female, I just believe most likely it was. The problem is, I have no idea who it was. To this very day, I wonder, who was that person? What were they saying to thank them for? And why was it so important that they would make an account and message me there? And then just delete the account completely. It didn't make any sense. Now, before anybody screams, scam account, scam, it's a scammer, no. I've seen scam accounts before. Many, many, many times before. I've even been scammed once or twice. And I have a habit of actually trying to learn from my mistakes. I truly believe deep down that it was not a scammer. And if that is the case, who was it? And why? But with literally no information to go on, I eventually just think about it in the back of my head with no definitive answer. And that's that. That's the end of it. Not really much of a story, but it's one that I've always found pretty interesting, to me at least. But I guess that's just me. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I actually thought I would have finished this whole section before I had finished talking. Well, my timing was off. My timing was way off. Why do I suddenly have the urge to play Doki Doki Literature Club? Why? Guess it doesn't matter. You know, I don't think a lot of people truly realize how much effort goes into Minecraft builds half the time. To build half the stuff that you see takes a tremendous amount of time. I've literally built Star Destroyers in Minecraft before. No, I'm not joking, I literally have. I've made full-fledged working factories, I've built museums. My original Pride and Joy world, City Apocalypse, had a museum. So much so that to this very day, every version that I end up making has a museum in it somewhere. And this whole world's technically a museum. But I have done things in Minecraft that have just... I look back at that and I'm like, man, I put so much time into that. I don't think anybody realizes just how much time something can take. It's a long, boring, delicate, tedious, time-consuming process that fills us with joy. Now, every game has their standard players. Some spam a singular item. People call that spammer. Personally, the more I look at that terminology, the more I realize it's stupid. There's people now that don't really realize what a spam is. Oh, this guy has a gun. He's shooting the same ammunition repeatedly. He's spamming. He's spamming. Spammer. It's spammer. No, it's not a spammer. What are you talking about? It's a spammer. That's what a machine gun does, moron. Shut up. It takes the same round, and it goes. That's not spamming. That's called firing in sync. It is a marvel of ingenuity between parts working in unison to fire the same type of round repeatedly. That's how it works with the assault rifle. That's how it works with the machine gun, submachine gun, light machine gun, machine gun pistol. That's how it works with rapid fire pistols that go pop, 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 pop. It's a marvel seeing all the parts work in unison to create the same repetitive function. Now, if you were to take some message, for example, and just, copy, paste, enter, copy, paste, enter, copy, paste, enter, that's a spam. When you do that again and again and again and again and again and again. Me saying again, like that, that's technically a spam. I'm spamming it repeatedly, again and 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 again. But for a machine gun, that's not a spam. So take your mouth and shut up. Every game has those people. The ones that get annoyed. The people that spam. They got the speedrunners, the griefers, the trollers, the hackers, the cheaters. But Minecraft is one of the only ones to have us master builders. People who try really hard to actually put thought and effort into our builds. Not some cheap rundown construction site, not some easy to craft, dirt hut. No, none of this. We put time, we put effort, and we put imagination into what we are making to make something beautiful, to make something grand, unlike anything anybody else has probably ever seen. Some people, they just want to build for fun. They want to try out stuff. Some people want to put actual art and culture into their creation. Some want to build a unique experience so that they can make content and sell it. Me? I don't really care for the content or the selling. But the rest of that is pretty much me to a T. I enjoy building because you get to make these wonderful places people get to look at and visit. It creates a unique experience. Ones that you don't normally find anywhere else. And it's amazing. Because eventually you come back and you look at where you started. And you truly realize, deep down, that you've come a very long way. And seeing that always makes you happy. Well, it's only been 13 minutes for this video, and I already finished my story I wanted to share, so might as well take a quick look around. I should have used glass panes. That would have been more effective here. But that's okay. I can still see the tops of the base. That actually worked out almost perfectly. Hallelujah. I still find it astounding that I've actually started doing this. I never thought this would be something I'd end up doing with my life. Just building giant Beyblades in Minecraft and trying to make one of every single Beyblade. To think this is what I would end up doing with my time. That's something I never expected. Ever. I do, however, like how fast this moves. If this was the original boats, they would have broken apart by now. Okay, yeah, I got the Doki Doki Literature Club song stuck in my head right now. That's unhealthy. I do miss Natsuki, though. I don't know what my full plans are for this, but I am deeply enjoying how all this is turning out. Alright, well, sorry for taking up too much of your time. Video's already over, so thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, then give it a like. I just did that out of tune. What is happening with me? If you like the video, then give it a like. There we go. There, now I got it. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And like always, this is Menice Snowdecker signing off. And I will see you next time. So bye-bye. Have a great day, everybody. And don't forget to smile, because remember, a smile a day goes a long way. I hope to see you all back here again soon. Hey, one more thing before you go. Could you please check out the links in the description below? Give them a follow. And join the Discord server as well. Recommend some games for me to play. And maybe leave a comment here below and mention a Beyblade you want to see me build. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.